Okay, good evening. Magandang gabi o happy Thursday na naman. Alam niyo naman, every night dito, happy, no? Kaya happy Thursday ho. Welcome to the program. It's Sunny Laragan ho dito sa ating programang Immigration Corner. Yan, no? Kung kayo may mga problema, issues, o bagay na gustong malaman tungkol sa immigration, ito ho yung oras, ito ho yung araw o gabi kung saan ay kayo'y inaanyayahan naming manood. Kaya thank you very much sa pag-allow sa amin, no, na makapasok sa inyong mga tahanan. Ako po si Sunny Laragan, ang inyong kasama ho, kaibigan, dito po sa Filipino TV Europe. Pero ang star of the show ho, hindi ho ako. Ito ho ang ating star of the show. Talagang pinakamamahal ho natin. Siya ho ang ito ang essence eh. Siya ang essence nito, no? Kung kaya't meron tayong programang ganito, no? Which we call the Immigration Corner. Let's say good evening do sa managing partner ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Lira Simon Kabatbat. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Hi, Sonny. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Oy, happy Thursday. Always,
Yeah.
first question, how was your week?
Oh, actually, this week has not been a bad week. I finally have my vaccination
Oy!
appointment. Yep,
Appointment?
end of the month. Talaga.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Galing.
you mean like you, they text me,
Yes,
di ba?
yes.
So,
Oo.
mga kababayan natin, you probably have this also. So, you get text, tapos you get a link, and as soon as I got the text, I pressed on the link. The times, the dates nga go really, really quickly. So yeah.
Kaya pala
So, I
end of
booked
the month
my
ang nakuha
first-
mo. Because you know what?
Yeah, end of the month.
When I got mine, 2 or 3 days lang nag-book ako. So ikaw, mabilis, no? Mabilis ang ano.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as there would have been one next week, nga, no. So
Oo.
I tried to grab that date, no, and then as soon as you get to the next stage, sabi doon,
Yes. It's
date's
gone.
no longer available.
Ah,
So
right.
can you try again? So balik na naman. I must have
Balik
had to
na
go
naman.
at least 5 times.
Wow,
So
wow.
anyway, end of the month. So I must admit, I'm so looking forward to it. So
Excited,
kung
no?
kung meron kayong makuha, I'm so excited.
Oo.
It's just, I think it's just another, another bit of freedom,
Yes, yes, of course.
sa
Oo,
atin.
di ba? Pagka parang may feeling ka na, hindi naman invincibility, but somehow you feel na you wouldn't, parang yung death or yung over na sakit, hindi mo tatama, hindi ka, kasi once na natama na naturokan ka, maski yung first dose, may konti ka ng protection eh. Hindi na yung vulnerable if you didn't have it, no? So parang ganun. Better than nothing. So yeah, that's good. That's
Absolutely.
good. Who wouldn't be excited? I would definitely be. Diba? Dahil, wow, this is my chance to be vaccinated and I want to get out of this pandemic thing, this diba, this restrictions in my movement and everything. Although it doesn't give you the license to go around, probably doing high five to everyone, no? And mingling with everybody, no? So, ayan. Pero that's good. That's good. That's nice that no.
Yeah.
Pero malamig ah. I don't know if you noticed it. It's the past few days, no? Parang wintry na
Yeah.
malamig, very chilly. I think even last week when we had our program, 'di ba? You were telling me taas na medyo rin, 'di ba? May cold spell, may malamig. Last week yata.
Yeah, winter's back. Yeah, and also last night, gale force, no?
Oh,
It was,
yes. Last night ba yun?
Yeah, windows were moving. Yeah.
Oo, ano
I was,
this
yeah.
was this morning, 'di ba? Madaling araw, was it? Or last
Oo,
night?
oo nga. Parang Pilipinas, actually.
Oo nga, oo.
Pag kami
Sabi ko,
bagyo,
wow,
di ba?
Ang lakas ng talagang di ba? Yung hangin, yung napakagrabe. Akala ko ako lang naka-feel noon. Sabi ko, ba't ang lakas dito Ang feeling ko kung kung Pilipinas siya, baka nagliliparan na yung mga yero, di ba? And yes, indeed.
Yun na nga, tama.
Indeed naman, yung mga trees, when I was here, I arrived here about 21 years ago. There was a time when I don't remember, I couldn't remember exactly what year it was, pero the trees were uprooted. Yung sa area ng ano ba yung may cemetery diyan sa may I forgot this place na basta ganun, uprooted yung mga trees because of the strong winds, no? Ang lakas, no?
Yeah,
Ang
I think
lakas.
I remember that time actually, and there was it was such a bad such a bad storm na trees at Kew Gardens, actually, historical trees. They were
Yes, yes.
uprooted. And I
Wow.
think there was some unfortunate woman who even died as a result of being hit, at Kew. So it's, it's a little bit strange nga. It just shows you how I'm still at heart Filipino. That the first thing I thought about, nung naririnig ko nga, parang bagyo.
Oo nga. Oo, ang lakas, di ba,
So,
Dorley? Ang lakas. Grabe.
yeah,
Wow, howling
yeah.
winds. Tapos talagang... Pero alam mo, nag-enjoy ako. You know why?
Yeah?
Alam ko very
What?
sturdy and alam mo naman kung mga formidable o yung mga ating mga bahay-bahay dito. Alam ko kaya lang parang ito mas tama yung sinabi mo, feeling na Filipino ka. It goes back to mga memories mo sa childhood mo eh. Because when I was growing up, yung mga typhoon, ang lalakas eh. Di
Yeah.
ba? Pag kailan ba yan? Mga months of pasukan yata or early, mga ganyan eh. Mga June, July, August, di ba? Mga bagyo nung araw. So,
Yeah.
tama ka. Alam kong kampante ako na hindi naman lilipad yung tinitirahan ko. Kaya lang, yun nga, parang I was transported back to the time when I was probably young, no? Experiencing yung mga typhoons, no? Dahil grabe, no? Ikaw, you were
Yeah.
until when were you? Mga early teens ka ba when you were still back home in the Philippines?
Yeah. So, 13, So, tatandaan ko pa nga rin sa atin, pagkabaha, talagang baha. No? I mean, we're not looking at a few inches nga of water. We're looking at, lubog ka, di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's, no, it was, I don't know if that's still the case nga sa atin, but I remember yung mga baha, no, there's the wind, tsaka mga bata, no, pagka malakas ang, malakas ang ulan, labas ka, and it's like me having a shower. Well, actually, it is having a shower,
Yes,
no?
yes.
So,
Oo, oo.
so
Eh,
it's yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Ako, naalala ko, meron kaming neighbor na meron parang pababa na gano'n sa garage nila, no? So,
yeah.
doon, wala namang swimming pool. So, doon, pag bumabagyo, umuulan, nagpapadulas kayo gano'n para meron kayo, slide, pababang gano'n, no? So, yan, as
Yun na nga.
a child, no? Mga growing up years natin, masarap mareminis yun. Okay, well,
Yeah.
attorney, I'd like to tell everybody now you can also watch this live if you want a clearer picture view of the show. You can also watch it on YouTube. So sabay ho tayo. We will be acknowledging messages, attorney, not only on Facebook but also on YouTube. So simulan na natin siguro, no? Alam ko na-flash na sa social media yung ating topic for tonight. So mamaya didiscusin ni attorney, but in the meantime, let's make way for the first batch of friends, kaibigan natin eh. Diba? Friends sila, attorney. So, the first batch of friends who are greeting us, ito ang valedictorian natin for tonight. No? We will parang valedictorian siya una-una eh. I think, ito, attorney, nababasa mo ba yan?
Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah, Mark Vidal Natal. Sabi niya, hello, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Watching here. Oh, hello.
Oh, watching here, where?
Saan po yung here, though? Yeah.
Tama nga.
Yeah.
Kulang.
Message
Watching
us again.
here. O, asan ka? Baka watching in his room. Baka ganon, no? Okay, sige. Well, tell us where you're watching from, Mark, no? So at least we would know, no? It's nice to know where you guys are from, no? Dito sa buong United Kingdom. Okay, attorney, sige. Tuloy mo lang.
Oh, yeah, and of course, Miss Idel Loner, Loner. Good evening po, Sir Sonny Laragan and Attorney Lori. Good evening po. Happy Thursday.
Ang pangalan yata niya, Lydia, because I think I asked her and she messaged back to us saying her name is Lydia yata. Tama nga ba, Idel? Lydia, no? Ayan, sige. Attorney, sige, pakibasa lang yan.
Our regular Miss Paner, no? Marian Galicia Paner. So, hello po, Kuya Sonia and Attorney Lira at sa lahat. Happy Thursday po. Happy Thursday po, Miss Paner.
Nag-check-in
Thank
siya.
you for
may
joining
nag-check.
us. Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah, and she's I think she's on both Facebook at saka
Ito.
YouTube, ano?
Yes. How did you know? Hindi ko pa na-flash.
It was
Nakita mo na.
flashed.
Ha?
It flashed. I thought she was originally on YouTube. Tapos
Really?
Facebook.
Okay. Hindi ko na Okay, so alright. Ayan. So, yan. Ito ang kanyang, ayan. Nasa YouTube siya, attorney.
Yeah.
Ayan.
So sabi niya
Pareho
dito.
din yata. Same message. Tama nga ba? Oo.
Watching from Cheltenham. Yeah.
Cheltenham.
So,
Okay. Alright. Ito si Hasusa. Yan. Ito. Attorney, ayan, pakibasa lang.
Yeah, Asusa Batong Bakal. Good evening, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday. Watching po from Elscourt, London. Oh, hello. Yeah, I know Elscourt well.
Okay. So Cheltenham and then Earl's Court in London.
Yeah.
Ayan. Congratulations nga pala doon sa mga nanalo ng Love or Money, no? Bukas pwede niyata ninyo mapanood yon. So kung nakuha na ninyo yung mga pins,
They
movie
would,
pins ninyo, then you can
seem
start
to have
watching.
frozen.
Oh, we're frozen, are
Sorry,
we?
yeah, we were a few seconds ago.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay na naman tayo.
okay na tayo. All right. So, ayan, attorney. Eto, taga Darby to. Nawala ka ba, attorney?
Oops.
Nawala ka.
Okay.
Okay.
Balik na naman tayo. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're so far good. Wala naman tayong drop. Si attorney. Nasa iyo ang problema, attorney. Na kay attorney, sandali nawawala si attorney. Na kay attorney ang okay.
Oops.
Ayan.
Okay.
Okay. O yan. Nasa
Okay, I
attorney
think
ang
we're okay again.
Yes, nasa yung ang problem, no, technical problem. Because I see
Yeah.
that we
If it
are kind
happens-
of steady. Okay, it's okay. Okay
Yeah,
lang yan.
if it happens again, I'll log out and log back in. So
Sige,
hopefully,
okay.
hindi na.
Attorney, pakibasa yan. Ito, taga ano yan? Taga
Oh, yes.
Darby.
Yeah, si Edgar Duay, ang paborito natin, no? Magandang gabi, Attorney LC and legendary Laragan. Yeah.
Ayan.
Mr. Duay is now my agent.
And he's very supportive. He loves us. He loves the program. He loves the station. At kumbaga, may brotherhood affinity siya dito sa atin. No? So, yeah, he would be everywhere. And then he would tell people to watch your program, watch all the programs here. And then pag may mga immigration siya nakikita somewhere else, then he would say na, hey, ito kayo, makinig kayo kay Attorney Lira, kay with Sunny Laragan. Ayan. So, thank you.
And we love him back.
Yeah, we love him up, definitely. We have to love one another talaga. No? People who, it's nice to have friends, di ba? And because of this,
Tama.
you've never, kung wala yung programa, you wouldn't have met some of these people that we have, di ba? Attorney, even me.
Absolutely.
Hindi ko makikilala itong mga to, no? Somehow, when we bump into them somehow, some days in the future, when things are kind of normal, ayun, at least, meron na tayong instant friend because immediately, kakilala na natin sila kagad. Okay. Ito, late siya na yata nanood last time eh. Parang nakonsensya.
Yeah.
So, at a very napaaga. Ayan, si M.M. Giling. Miss Giling.
Yeah, Miss Giling. Yeah, hello, Miss Giling. Yeah, so sabi niya, hi, good evening, and happy Thursday po.
Ayan, maganda pangalan niya, Giling. Parang, di ba, yung pagka naglalaro ka, mga Giling, no? Giling.
Giling.
M.M. Good evening, ha? Ayan, okay. Ito na naman sino to? Haba na pangalan. Jean, J.D.
Okay.
Janela, Angeles Abad.
Yeah.
Oo.
Abad, yeah.
So, attorney, sige,
So shall I read?
Yeah, please.
Good evening po, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny from West Shepherd's Bush. Okay, yes, Shepherd's Bush.
Meron palang west, may east, may north ba yan? Hindi ko alam na may west Shepherd's Bush, no? Meron palang no? Okay. Si Mark naman has now replied. Ito na yung kanyang sagot, attorney.
Okay. So yeah, so Mark Vidal Natal watching here in Fulham while working.
Working?
nagtatrabaho
Anong work
ka ba?
mo? What are you
Wow.
doing? Working
Yeah.
gabi? Working in the evening? Nasa Fulham, working in the evening. Ano kayang trabaho pagkagabi? Hotel? Wala namang hotel.
Yeah, sabihin mo
diba?
sa amin.
Wala namang hospitality.
No,
Sarado, di ba?
sarado sila ngayon. So,
Ano kaya?
yeah, so
But
sabihin mo
anyway,
sa amin, sabihin mo sa amin.
Sabihin mo sa amin kung anong ginagawa mo, Mark, no? Kung ayaw mo naman, de okay lang din, no? Hindi ka namin pipilitin kamukha ni Prince Harry. Kung sino ang nagsabi ng yung napanood mo ba yan, attorney? Have you watched it?
Hindi ko pa napapanood. Hindi ko pa napapanood yung buo. I've seen clips. It's just frankly, I'm just so fed up with the whole thing. So it's just we just need to get on. We need to get on with I think more important things tong COVID and of course to try and get back hopefully do things with the progress the economy, given also Brexit coming up. And more importantly, mga people dying, not just from COVID, but of course as a result of delays. And then, so most of the papers is to do with the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Totoo yan. Di ba, we have our lives to live, ang daming namamatay, and then, I don't know, the timing of this interview, no? Napaka, in the midst of the pandemic, marami rin nag-aaway ng mga family members, ha? May nagtatalo.
Yeah.
Merong for Meghan Markle saying that she's right on doing that. Others naman are puro falsehood yung sinasabi niya, hindi naman totoo. Parang nagkaaway mga magpapamilya ngayon. Parang sa election yun eh. Yung mga election, nangyayari yan. Nagtatalo. Lalo na ng Brexit. Remember when the Brexit happened, di ba? Yung Brexit
Yeah.
time natin. Family members are di ba? Are fighting. May arguments because, some are for, some are against, no? Kaya, pero hindi. Kalimutan ho niyo yan. Kailangan magtuloy-tuloy ho yung ating mga buhay. Okay, attorney, napakaganda ng ating ang style natin ngayon is of course the first part ay pangungumusta do sa ating mga viewers, and then second part is you discuss the topic that we have. After which, when you finish, attorney, we go into the questions na, di ba? Yung parang open house na natin, open forum. Okay, we're gonna have a short break, at pagbalik natin, ang pag-uusapan natin mahalaga at tuwan-tuwa tayo. Headlines natin eh, good news, di ba? Because hindi lamang yung senior health care workers, attorney, marami pa. Mga pharmacists, laboratory technicians, and so on and so forth. I was going through the yung mga bagong changes, but the nicest thing yata is mas maganda yata, it's easier. Yun ang title nila eh. Easier for this itong mga workers na to come over to the UK, no? Tama ba yan?
So please stay tuned. It's a big topic. Yeah, it's a very interesting one.
Okay, whatever you're going to be doing for a break, make it quick, because when we come back, we're going to start with this, no? The rule changes that make it easier to recruit health and care staff. Wag ko kayong alis.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa ating program. Ayan, ito na ho. Ito na ho yung part na kung sana ipaliliwanag ni attorney yung kanyang tatalakayan for tonight, no? Attorney, good evening once again, no? And ayan, so i-discuss mo sa gabing ito ang ating topic na napaka-gandang balita sa ating mga kababayan ay ito, no? Yung mga senior care workers back in the shortage list dahil may mga pagbabago sa home office immigration rules, no? Tama ba?
Yeah,
Okay.
tama ka. No, tama ka. Panibago nga. So, I mean, I must say, with immigration, changes to immigration rules, mga batas nga, usually, it's divided. My reaction is divided into two. No, either it depresses me or it excites me. And this one truly excites me. I really have. So I really could
ganon.
not wait.
So anything that comes up,
Yeah.
say, this is actually, I'm just looking at it, it's a March 4 something rule, dated March 4. So maganda, ganun na pala tayo. When something comes out, it's either we're excited or happy or we're saddened or sad tayo. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Depressed,
sige.
actually.
Depressed.
Yeah.
Yun,
So,
depressed. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, lalo na ikaw, coming
So,
from you,
no, so
alam
this-
mo na kung talagang depressing, no? Yes, attorney.
Yeah.
Oh, sige. Take
So
it away.
the-
Sige, go,
Yeah,
go,
so
go.
this is good news. Okay, no, thanks, Sonny. So, so ito po, as I say, it's this is definitely exciting and actually happy news potentially for a lot of people. So, and it's very new also, yeah. So, the Home Office, the government, published what's called Statement of Changes to Immigration Rules. On a regular basis. The last one being last December, and so the recent one was only on the 4th of March, and these changes actually landed on my desk on the Friday, so just missed the last Thursday. So for a week now, I've been so excited to be discussing, these recent changes. Now, yung mga kababayan natin na nakikinig nga dati. You may remember that I think it was September or so, sabi ko, it could be that senior care workers may be back on the shortage occupation list. And we were hoping that would happen given the changes that was going to take place to do with the skilled worker route, no? So in place of the tier 2. And then in December, unfortunately, the government did not include senior care workers, and that was pretty depressing, especially as it was something that their own commission, essentially MAC, suggested and advocated. Now, there've been the good news is nakinig sila yung government. So that's what we're going to tackle today. Now, just to go back to basics a little bit before we talk about the further changes, the statement of changes that came into effect, were published, I should say, on the 4th of March. So just going back a little bit, what we were discussing at least two broadcasts before. So points-based system. So if you're coming to work want to come to work in the UK, the points-based system is what you need to look at, no? So in the past, so before the 1st of December, ang kailangan yung tignan nga yung tier 2. From the 1st of December, nagbago na. On the 1st of December, it was replaced by what's called the skilled worker route. So kung anumang application nga ngayon, it will be looked at under the skilled worker route. Now, under the skilled worker route, much like the tier 2, you need to satisfy a number of points, and the number of points is 70. No? Now, so you need to get 70 points in order to be able to come into the UK to get a visa to work under the skilled worker route. And briefly, they would be, so to get the 70 points, you need a sponsor, yun ang unang-una. So yung sponsor, it cannot be any kind of employer. It needs to be an employer nga sponsor nyo na may lisensya. So licensed nga by the Home Office. If you look at the Home Office website, nandun nga yung lista. There were, I think, over 3,000 actually potential sponsors. But you need to get an offer of employment, essentially. Well, you need to get a cost, a certificate of sponsorship. And that, if kung meron kayo noon, then that gives you 20 points, essentially. So kung 20 points nga yun, then of course, 20, you have 50 more to go. Now, the second mandatory point, so you need to get it, is that your employment must be part of the skilled occupation. no? So basically, if you are a nurse, for example, or senior care worker, that you have the qualifications to undertake that job, no? And meron nga din silang lista, and their lists the types of employment, which is now under level 3, that you can apply for. So as I've said, it can be things like nurses, doctors, senior care workers, for example, welders, bricklayers, mga ganon. And some are what's called shortage occupation, and some are not shortage occupation. But I'll discuss that later on. So if you have those qualifications, that brings you about another 20 points, 20 mandatory points. Now, that means you have 40 points, 30 to go. Now, English language is also a must, is also a mandatory requirement. And if you have that, which is a B1 level generally, there are some people who are exempt if you're coming from certain countries, for example, okay, if you have a university degree taught in English, but generally it's a B1 exam. So sabihin natin nakuha nyo din yon, so that brings you 10 points. So you have the sponsorship, you have the skill, and you have the English language. All three totaled, of course, to 50 points. You're short of 20. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It's what's called tradable points. No? So ibig sabihin, there are certain things that you can kind of, that gives you a choice. No? And the most interesting thing for us and what we're going to be discussing today is the expansion of the shortage occupation list, which is this tradable point. So basically, if you have, kung trabaho nyo, nandun sa shortage occupation list, which nurses generally are, nurses have always been really, then ang income yung kailangan, it doesn't have to be the minimum of 25,600 pounds, okay? Although nurses are under a different thing. Now, if you are under the shortage occupation list, the income you need to be able to show goes down by quite a bit, actually. The minimum income na kailangan nyo becomes from 25,600 to 20,480 pounds per year, and that's before tax, which have worked out to be 1,706 pounds 66 pence per month. As I've said, that's before tax. No? Now, so if you are, kung yung trabaho nyo, part of, it says it's part of the shortage occupation list, then you have immediately 20 points. So that means if you have a sponsor, your skill is, you satisfy the relevant skill set, you have the English language, and your job is part of the shortage occupation list, you then have the total of 70 points, which is what you need. Okay, there are other things that kailangan yung pakita nga, that is maintenance, suitability, so good character, for example. So those things you will, TB test, kung magagaling ka nga sa Pinas. So all those things you still need to satisfy, but let's put those to the side for the moment. Let's concentrate now on the exciting thing of shortage occupation. Now, in December nga, sabi ko, pity, the government missed this opportunity to actually include senior care workers and more health professionals. And it's a great shame, sabi ko nga, because it's clearly those occupations, those people with those skill sets are so sorely needed nga in the United Kingdom. And I could not understand why they were not included, especially galing nga sa commission nila, that they should be included. No? Now, I don't know how it changed, but it certainly has changed. So on the 4th of March, they published a statement of changes to immigration rules, and they have added, much to my delight and excitement, senior care workers. Now, not just that, actually, and I'll deal with another occupation which is similar nga, but we may also be very helpful to some of our kababayans. So senior care workers from the 6th of April, will then be part of the shortage occupation list. So at the moment, wag kayo muna kung yung gagamitin nyo, wag muna kayo magpasok because it's not effective until the 6th of April. Hopefully they don't change their mind again between now and then. I wouldn't have thought so. So senior care workers are now part of the shortage occupation list. So ibig sabihin, kung yun ang trabaho nyo, ang income na kailangan nyo pakita, minimum income is 20,480, which is a much doable income than 25,600 pounds. So as I've said, I've worked that out to be 1,706 pounds 66 pence on a monthly basis nga before tax. Now that is something I think, for example, care homes, certainly hospitals, may in fact be able to afford. And if that's the case, then it's very likely that given the huge shortage of senior care workers, it's very likely that they will be looking to recruit now from abroad. So if you have those skills, then it's certainly something that you can consider. Now let's look at senior care workers a little bit more. So alternative titles would be senior care assistant, senior carer, senior support worker, local government welfare services, team leader, and nursing homes, for example. They usually come within that same thing as senior care workers. Now, job description. So they would routinely oversee and monitor care workers now. So they're supervising care workers who are working for, say, the care home. They will attend also to the personal needs, comforts of, say, the infirm or the elderly, together with other support needs. So it can be they can be working in a hospital certainly, or a care home or residential care, daycare or kaya residential. So as far as education goes, there's not necessarily formal academic qualifications, no. So it is also level 3, so it's not level 6. So it is very likely that a lot of people would qualify if they have mainly experience, no. Now, on top of that, okay, and again, I'm quite excited about this. So they also have included as part of the shortage occupation list, nursing, auxiliaries, and assistants. Now, that's a big deal because unlike senior care workers, their tasks are perhaps not as strict, in that they are required to assist essentially doctors, nurses, other healthcare professionals. So they perform basic clinical skills, taking patients' temperature, pulse, weighing them, measuring, maybe extracting blood samples, preparing a patient for examination treatment, distributes and serves food, assists patients, changes bed linen, makes beds, tidies wards. So it's they are to now part of the shortage occupation list. And again, ang income nila, it's not the for example, the 25,600 pounds, but the much more manageable, I think it's 20,000, sabi ko kanina, 20,000 plus pounds. So I can give you the exact amount, 20,480 pounds. So there are other occupations that have been included. I can certainly reel those off very quickly to you also, but so they would be health services and public health managers and directors. So on code DON 1181, sorry. So residential day and care managers and proprietors, code DON 1242. Lab technicians, so med techs, for example, now pharmacists, code 2213. So that they would include, say, chemists, pharmacy managers, for example, and then healthcare professionals, not elsewhere classified. So code 2219. So they would be, for example, dental hygienist therapists, dietitian, nutritionists, family planner, occupational health advisor, paramedical practitioner. So, so other posts, if you like, that are not specifically noted in the other jobs. So Physiotherapists are also are also included. So they would include also what's electrotherapists. Now, so it's far ranging, no? So kung nasa Pinas nga kayo ngayon, tapos gusto nyong magtrabaho nga dito, you are qualified, meron kayong sponsor, your English, you've done your English already. And before, the only thing that's maybe stopping you is it's difficult to get a job dahil taas nga ng kailangan ng income, but you have the skill set. It could be now that it's so much easier potentially to get the posting, because 20,000 plus is much better than 25,000 plus. And I suspect that given the difficulty, to recruit for senior care workers and indeed, nursing assistants, it may well be that a lot of care homes and hospitals would be very keen, to recruit people from abroad, so like saying the Philippines. Now, as usual, always do your due diligence. Yeah. So unfortunately, with new things, sometimes also come people who are not as considerate. No, they look to scam. So be careful, po. Yeah. So don't just accept an offer. If your employer said, if you can email, tapos sabi dun sa email bayaran nyo kami, we're going to offer you a job, ganito, no? Be careful, po, no? Because for one thing, genuine employers will not be asking for money. No? So I say that because unfortunately it's some people are scammed, and this is it is something simply to be aware of. But putting that aside, it is exciting news, no? And I am I'm delighted nga that the Home Office actually looked at this at these posts more thoroughly and have decided to actually include them in the shortage occupation list. I think it will go some way in helping the UK plug the rather large hole that's required for carers, senior care workers, nursing assistants, especially in light of what's happened with COVID. So it's truly exciting news. It's I've been sitting on it for weeks. I've been chomping at the bits to try and to share it now with you. So if you are, however, kung interesado kayo, meron kayong mga questions, email us now, or by all means email me later on kung nahihiya nga kayo. But it's exciting news. It's great. It's great to be able to impart, the information.
Wow, galing, no? That's great news, no? So that means, no, lalong dadami at lalaki ang populasyon ng mga Pilipino rito sa United Kingdom. At tamang-tama, there's a census ongoing, which started on the 1st of March, ending, I think, I'm not sure if it's the 27th, but within the month, it's gonna end. And if you don't fill it up, it's, merong imprisonment ba? Fines, merong
There's a fine.
Yan,
Yeah.
Diba? So you have to do it, guys. Plus, make sure, gawin nyo yung lagyan nyo ng Filipino, other ethnic, how do you call it, the classification or whatever. Just put in Filipino para maisama tayo and we could be included in, I don't know, with the planning or anything, no? So makakuha tayo ng mas malaki-laking mga, siguro, benepisyo in terms of grants or anything, no? Sa mga Pilipino. So yan ho. Okay, attorney, this is good news. Why? Because the whole family of the Filipino family here would grow. Our family, the whole community would grow, no? Tanong ko lang, when did you arrive here, more or less?
Ako? Oh, a long time ago. Well, okay. I was in Canada for a bit. So, I don't know, siguro 30
Ano year? Would you know what year?
Yeah, 30 odd years.
Kasi it's my parang a prelude o pasakali ko doon sa question ko na I think it was 1999 when this new batch of people called nurses came in droves, di ba? So lumaki ngayon. They claim that before nung meron tayong student visas at napakarami ng student population dito, no? Because that time the requirement for nurses yata was to go into parang a student thing eh. Whereas before there was this they go through this adaptation course, adaptation thing, and then they parang ginawa yata ng nursing NMC na kailangan sa school gawin yung adaptation sa mga universities. Anyway, nagbalo ng ating population, and they claimed the embassy and some, they were claiming that we reached about over 300,000 Filipinos. Ang tanong ko, kaya kita tanong, kailan ka dumating? So prior to this huge parang yung influx ng mga Pilipino, may idea ka ba kung ilan ang Pilipino that time?
Oh, difficult to say really.
Now it's 300,000 plus now. Huh? So then, how was it?
It can't have been as dumating ako dito definitely before 1999, because I was part of this domestic worker campaign, and that happened in it was introduced in 1997. So I was already working in law then. Yes, it's then I would say there were not that many of us, no. It's at least it didn't feel like it, at least, no.
Unlike now.
Kung nasa London ka,
London.
unlike now. Kung nasa London ka, then you saw generally marami tayong mga Pinoy. But I also I did part of my training in Norwich, in Norfolk, and so there I know there were not that many Pinoys. Ngayon marami din tayong Pinoy marami yung Pinoy din sa Norfolk, no. So I think it's probably, I'm sure we probably maybe, I don't know, doubled our population, no?
Or even tripled, probably. Tripled.
It could be.
Kasi before, ang Barrio Fiesta would be on mga konti lang. Eh. For example, itong dating sa may Hampton Court, and then merong mga manggilan-ngilan. But now, but before the pandemic, you would have Barrio Fiestas in each place. Birmingham, Newcastle, side ng sa south, everywhere andun ang mga Barrio Fiestas eh.
Yeah.
So dumami ang mga Pilipino at dumami na ngayon, no. Napakarami na. So with this, for example, you have many kasi pharmacists, laboratory technicians, senior care workers, nursing assistants, ito na-add ngayon, have been added to the shortage occupational list, no. Occupation list.
Yeah.
Ayan, no. Sabi dito, health services and ano ba tawag dito? Health services and ito may tinitingnan lang ako rito, attorney, ha? Ito, health workers, sabi nga pati ito ito, health services and public health managers and directors, residential day and domiciliary care managers, and health professionals not elsewhere classified, such as audiologists and dental hygiene therapists, have also been added to the shortage occupation list, as have modern foreign language teachers. Ayun.
I mean, it's truly a big deal. I mean, it's especially mga kababayan nga natin who were looking, who maybe are even qualified nga as nurses nga sa Pinas, or actually doesn't have to be kababayan natin sa nasa Pinas, no. It can also be from EU countries, for example, no. And they have the qualifications, but maybe they went to another country. They were nurses, sabihin natin sa Pinas. They never bothered, changing it, requalifying, and then now they want to pursue again their profession nga, not necessarily as nurses, but perhaps as senior care workers or nursing assistants. And this route is a very viable entry into the United Kingdom, and much needed also. So I think care homes certainly are going to be delighted, as I am, and indeed hospitals. And as I say, I'm hoping that this will plug the huge gap, that's needed for carers, That's it's made very clear by the pandemic, and I think it will follow us for years to come. because pandemic, of course, means that some people have also been missed out in the way of treatment. So no, this is a big deal, and I think it opens a great route nga, for some of our kababayans.
From a 70, it's now down to 50 in a way because the 20 points is bonus. What was okay in the old route, attorney? What would make it 70? Now, okay, there's an instant 20% added on to the 50. Yung B1, yung sa language, yung sponsorship, and also itong skill, yung sinasabi mo, Pero saan gagaling another 20 nga pala? In the previous route, for example, this good news hasn't happened. Where will the 20 come from to make it 70?
So the tradable points, the 20 points can be acquired, as I say, because yung the income is beyond a certain amount, or kaya meron kang PhD, or you are your qualifications are to do with science, technology, ganoon. But the main thing, the main, if you like, tradable points that's used up by a lot of people is this, shortage occupation list. Because the employers always say, when they're asked that the main problem they have when recruiting is yung income, because if they require people who are being recruited to earn £10,000 more, for example, or £5,000 more than someone in the United Kingdom, then that puts them off. And what's the difficulty they have is, even though they would want to recruit from within the United Kingdom, walang tao there's just not enough of that skill set in the UK. And so what sometimes happens in care homes and indeed in hospitals is they make do with the number of people that they have. But of course, but patients, especially at the moment, is increasing. Their needs are getting greater, but they don't have the staff and the skill set really to plug that. And this now will go some way in helping employers, hospitals, care homes to actually recruit qualified people who will be able to help. Because now, rather than paying, as I say, nearly £26,000, you're looking at paying someone a little over £20,000 per year. So it's a huge drop in income. It just makes it much more viable. So hopefully this means it will help, I'm sure, those who want to come in, want to obviously work in the UK. It will no doubt help them. It will help their family, and it will help the UK generally, because it means the expertise are coming in. And that expertise is something that will continue, for years to come. So it can only be a win-win situation, really.
Attorney, you mentioned about sponsorship, di ba? Yung skill set mo, sponsorship, and yung B1 yata for the language, at least, ano yan? Para bang merong application na back home in the Philippines, and there already has been a prospective employer na rito? Yan ba yan? Ibig sabihin yan? That's the reason why they have the sponsorship is added on to the points, ganon. So actually, this is like, ano ba yan, may ongoing recruitment, kaya now that they ba nagre-recruit, and then may napili na sila, and then they're sending letters, and that would be now a part of the totality of 50 plus 20, yung parang bonus points. Sponsorship letter, hindi ko lang kasi parang it presupposes na andyan na there have been recruitments already, if I make sense. Mukhang magulo yata yung sinasabi ko.
No, tama.
Kasi sponsorship letter, parang you have to send this, you take the exam, you may skills mo because may graduate ka, may diploma ka. What you will be lacking would be the sponsorship letter. And how do you get that? Siyempre, probably there has been a recruitment sa Pilipinas, and then nag-apply ka. And pagbagsak, di ba? One of the biggest hindrances or how would you call this? Yung mga how do you yung mga yung roadblocks or stepping blocks or whatever it is, no, sa pagdating nila is yung failing the exams ng English test, di ba? That's the biggest hindrance, eh. So, and would you be given right away a sponsorship letter pag di ba, I don't know if you have an idea about the recruitment back home in the Philippines, no, because a lot of the recruitment agencies are enticing these Filipinos. Sige, we'll pay for your exams in English. Sige, para dahil sa amin ka na, ha? Parang ganon, sa amin ka na. But if they fail it, they will have to pay sila lang magbabayad for their English learning exam. I don't know, when they go into this
Yung B1.
testing o yung mga testing or training centers, no. Anyway, yun lang, gusto ko lang malaman yung sponsorship, no.
No, it's a fair point. So on a practical so that what we've discussed now is yung ang batas, no, the changes and what you need to satisfy. But equally as important, of course, is the practical, the process, no. So anong kailangan yung gawin? So unang-una, trabaho, no. So there's no point going through the English language and indeed anything else without a job. Yun ang unang-una, no. So kung gusto niyo magtrabaho dito as a senior carer o kaya as a nursing auxiliary o kaya a nursing assistant o welder, kung ano man, no. Unang-unang kailangan nyo, you need to make a job application. Now, the great thing about the internet is you can do that kung nasan naman kayo. So you could be in the Philippines, you could be in Cuba. So as long as the job nga is advertised, you can make that application. Yun ang una. Now, a lot of job adverts also, they may make clear also that they are happy to look at employees coming from abroad. Now, so job offer yung una. Now, in tandem with that, even if you offered nga a job, you need to check na yung employer nga, your prospective employer is actually licensed. No? Kailangan nila definitely lisensya galing sa home office. There's no two ways about it. No? Now, you can check out whether or not they are licensed by looking at the home office website. Last count, I think it was something like 3,500 potential employers or sponsors nga on the list, and that's always changing. So you should check. So if you get then a job offer, ang sasabihin nila, okay, we will issue you with a certificate of sponsorship, yung cost nga. And at that point, makukuha nila na yung 20 points. No? Mm-hmm. Now, if you have a job offer, then the next thing is, okay, how do you need then, well, actually the job offer and the skill set, I suppose, go hand in hand, because the employer will not offer you the job unless they're clear now you can satisfy the skill set. So if effectively when you get the job offer, they're already happy that you have the skill set. So immediately you already have the 40 points, the 40 mandatory points. So the English language is then the last mandatory points, which is the 10 points. No? And yung generally it's B1. Pagka nakapasa ka na nun, then you already have the 50 points. So bago ka lalabas, so you take that exam in the Philippines, also wherever, no? But you don't take that in the United Kingdom. All this happens the process happens you're in the Philippines, nandito yung employer say, no? So by the time you enter the UK, you already have the visa, if you like, no? You already are coming into the UK as a skilled worker under the skilled worker route points-based system. So, kung meron as I kind of mentioned before, kung meron mga agency nga o kaya companies who say to you, kailangan nyo kaming bayaran, kami nang bahala, no, we need to pay for the English language before doing anything, be cautious, no? Because truly, what's the point of doing a B1 kung wala pa kayong trabaho, no? Mm-hmm. So, you need to get the cost first. And then, pagka nandun na, then the English language. So, again, just be careful nga, no? Unfortunately, there will be scammers out there. And so just do the checks, do your due diligence nga check out the Home Office website. Dahil nandun nga yung lista. So kung sabihin ng kumpanya, we're on the list and you can't actually see them on the list, then you need to ask the question. No, I've looked at the list. You're not there. It could be that they're part of an umbrella company, but they need to check. No, but yeah. So it's the process has also changed.
Attorney, yung 10 points sa sa B1, is that the maximum?
Opo.
Maximum na yun.
Yes.
Okay. Walang lower, like say 5 points dito, walang ganon, no? Wala.
No.
So you have to get the 10 points. That gives you 10 points if you pass it, no? At least a B1. Okay. All right. And then, makuha may 50, okay na because may garantisado, meron ka ng additional 20. Okay, attorney, let's have a short break lang. Pagbalik natin yung kung may mga tanong yung ating mga kababayan na nanonood, no? Oh, by the way, all of you guys, kung nanonood kayo sa iba't ibang channels, so please go to Filipino TV, ito ho, no? Filipino TV Europe, because that is where we will be flashing kung ano may topics, may greetings or anything, dyan ho sa Filipino TV Europe. And you can also watch us on both Facebook and YouTube. Okay, saglit lang ho. We're gonna have a short break. Mabilis lang ho to. And then tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa mga tanong na meron tayo. Huwag ho kayong alis. Saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
Okay, ito na ho yung part na meron ho kayong nais na itanong, no? If there are anything, questions, or that you'd like to ask our dear immigration specialist, Attorney Lira Simon Kabatbat, now is the time. Okay, sisimulan natin ng no? Attorney, like last week, I think we started it last week, may mga tanong na ipinasok sa atin, no? Here is the first question, Attorney. Ito galing kay Kat Mosquera Wigley, no? Hindi ko alam kung duplication to ng or anything, pero yan si Kat Mosquera Wigley. Sabi niya, my mother applied and was approved a 5-year visit visa. She has been in and out of the UK but only spends 2 months every visit. Now that she is retired, she wants to spend the maximum time allowed, which is 6 months. How soon can she return after that 6 months expire? 6 months pa rin ba kaya i-allow next time bumalik? Would like to hear similar experience, please. Thanks. No, from Kat Mosquera Wigley.
Okay, Kat. Ang nakuha ng nanay mo, it's what's called multiple visit visa. Okay. Actually, she's very lucky because the Home Office was obviously impressed with her circumstances because they rarely provide a 5-year multiple visa, which your mother has. Now, yung 6 months na yon, that is in any given year. So, maximum stay niya is 180 days, which is obviously 6 months. So, 180 days in any given year. Okay? So essentially, if she comes, so you can't go 6 months tapos labas ka uli and then come in 6 months, no? They require that in any given year is maximum 6 months. So kung let's be natin January, no, umpisa hanggang December, okay? It would have to be 6 months total from January nga hanggang December. So if she's only been in the UK 2 months between January hanggang nga ngayon, then she will still have 4 months to be able to come in. So she should not exceed 180 days.
days, ano yan? 6 months yan, di ba? Tama ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, 160. Okay. All right. Before we read our next question, attorney, no? I-flash ko lang yung mga yung mga bumati kanina pa kasi tumayo ito, no? So pagbigyan natin, okay. All right. Si Mark Natal, di ba? We were wondering why he is working late, no? Still late in the evening, no? Late ngayong evening. And he says, ano ba sabi ni Mark? Watching here in Fulham while working. Ayan, sabi niya. Tapos, ito ang work niya, attorney.
Oh, okay. So
Oo.
take away.
Take away,
Of
Anong
course,
take away
yan,
yan?
nakalimutan natin.
Ano ba, Chinese? Anong classic takeaway yan, no? So, nasa Fulham. Ano ba Fulham? Fulham would be, Fulham.
Well, towards
Hammersmith,
Elscourt,
Fulham.
beyond. Yeah.
Fulham ba? Okay. Ayan, si Ellen Lavilla. Lavilla? Is it Ellen Lavilla? She says, hello po, attorney. No? Hello po, attorney. Ayan. Sabi naman ni Edgar Duay, si Ma'am Cora Carsola nasa kabilang channel. Naliligaw. Si Ma'am Cora talaga, no? Ma'am Cora, dito kayo sa Filipino TV Europe. This is our new home, no? Ito na ho yan. So anywhere you're watching, wherever you are watching us from, this is actually now our official home. Okay, si Attorney Duway. Irene Duway, na ano, hello and good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sunny, watching from Derby. Ayan.
Oh, Darby. Hello. Kamusta po, Miss Duay?
Ito nakakatuwa yung message niya, oh. Oo eh. Attorney, basahin mo.
Good evening po. Good evening po. Na-late na ako, So, galing niya kay Felix Escalona.
Pero that
Well,
was a lot.
better late than never.
No, but he's been with us for the past 42 minutes now, because that message was actually when you were discussing all of these things about our shortage occupation list, so he's been already there. So yeah, but that time, 42 minutes ago, parang nahihiya siya na late pa siya. So,
Ikaw naman.
attorney ba, pakibasa yan.
Okay, from Ricky Borse, no? Good evening po, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy windy Thursday po sa inyong lahat. Tama ka. And actually, you look at the picture, it's lovely. It's he's dressed for windy day.
Windy, all right. Yes, windy. Yes. Oh, windy. Oh, nga, because we were talking, no, discussing about the windy situation early. Was it this morning ba? Parang hindi ko alam. This morning yata, early madaling araw yata today, no?
Madaling araw. Yeah, no, yung nga. Talaga, nagising nga ako. I thought, may bagyo, no?
May bagyo.
Yeah,
Kakaiba
so it was, it's, but I think it stopped now a little bit. Ewan ko kung umuulan pa rin nga. But, so it's nice to be inside. And it's even nicer to be inside talking to you and talking to everyone, no? So it's great.
Wind or none, they would still welcome us in their homes, syempre, no? And thank you very much for welcoming us in your homes, no? All the programs that we have here, Attorney Lira, Simon Lira Kabatbat, and Attorney Dana Quinto, no? And yung mga shows natin. Thank you very much for making your nights happy by being with us. Diba? Si Edgar Cagastian Enriquez was the guy who coined Happy Tuesday, Happy Thursday, no? So, indeed, it makes you guys happy, you know? Look at us, look at Attorney, she's smiling, di ba? Ito, you're happy and you look forward to this interaction with our kababayans, no? Dito sa UK. So, maraming salamat. And this is good news because this immigration thing, you know, like this addition of the social care workers, senior care workers, and some other jobs, no, would mean the Filipinos would be increasing in number, di ba? And that would be fun.
Yeah.
And that would be great, di ba? And that would be nice.
Yeah,
no, to have more
absolutely.
Filipinos here in the UK and Europe. So maraming salamat. Okay.
Shall I add to the good news? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
it's a bit off topic. So I thought maybe actually discussing this next week, but I can't wait till next week. I'll tell you now. No. So part of the statement of changes also that was published on the 4th of March, coming into effect on the 6th of April, well, actually, this one is coming into effect in the summer of 2021. It's what's called the graduate visa. No, I'll just read to you an extract really from actually the government website. So the graduate visa, sabi dito, will be available to international students who have completed a degree in the UK from summer 2021. Okay, kung tapos kayo by summer 2021. This will enable international students to remain in the UK and work at any skill level,
Wow.
for 2 years after they have completed their studies. It will be an unsponsored route. Hindi nyo kailangang trabaho,
Well,
no?
that's good
Yan
news,
employer. Yeah. Now, international students who complete a PhD, obviously doctorate from summer 2021, can stay in the UK for 3 years after study to live and work. No? This will make it easier for some of the best young international graduates to secure skilled jobs in the UK and contribute to economic growth. So that's again a big deal for students who are studying in the UK. And I'm aware also, marami ting mga Pinoy, na are here on a student visa. So here, so completing a degree in the UK from summer 2021. So obviously, say June, July nga nitong summer, and you can live in the UK and work in the UK for 2 years after you've completed your studies, hindi nyo kailangan sponsor. I mean, how great is that? No?
Wow, yes. Yes, these are all good news, one after the other, no? A lot of people that has been the abuse route, no? But these are not graduate level degrees that they were trying to finish, no? A lot of different nationalities coming over, working actually, but not going to school, because we had a lot of schools a long time back, no? I don't know, have they diminished or disappeared some of the schools?
Yeah, I think that's I think there's been quite a lot of filtering out the bogus schools now, and that was truly unfortunate, because I think it was seen to be abusing a system that I'm not convinced that it was really as prevalent the abuse as perhaps the Home Office at the time, the government at the time was saying, and it discriminated, I think, against genuine students nga. But this is a different route. So it's I think from the government's point of view, their mantra at the moment is they want to recruit the brightest, the best and the brightest. And I suppose, and they're quite right. Kung nandito nga sila, they've completed the degree or about to complete a degree. They obviously have the capability to do that. They've already made the investment also, because of course overseas students are charged much more than local students. Now, it seems a bit silly to lose that skill set already, the knowledge to another country. So ang gusto nilang gawin, natapos ka na, you want to make the UK your home, you have done 2 years to have employment, to live in the UK, and you don't have you don't need a sponsor. So it's excellent news. So it just means if you've done any kind of degree, really, sabihin natin, you're here as a doesn't have to be in the medical field, no, you're here as an engineer, sabihin natin, or indeed a teacher, no. So rather than looking at places like Canada, Australia, where they would no doubt be very interested to recruit for those kinds of skill set, you've already lived in the UK for 3 years, maybe even longer. This may entice you to actually simply stay, and put down roots, and of course work, and with work, pay your taxes, so it's I think it's a good call on part of the part of the government, and we'll see how it's utilized, but it's a good call. I think it's
so
good
it says
decision.
graduate, not postgraduate, no? Graduate, so it could be just an ordinary bachelor's degree, no? Oo,
Yeah. Yeah.
in a good school, in a reputable or accredited
Yes.
school, no? University.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Let's continue on with our yung ating mga pagbate, no. I don't know kung nabati na to, no. So Virginia Smith says so okay, wala hindi ko pa na she says she's on YouTube, no. And she says
Okay.
Happy Thursday, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sani, and to all. Yay! I am present. Happy to watch. Oh, she's happy, huh? Kinikilig. She's
Yeah.
happy, Oh, that's nice. All right. From I don't know where Virgie. Ano ba? Where are you? Where are you based? No, Virgie. No, I think she's based in siguro mga upper. Saan ba yan? Hindi ko na matanda kung saan galing. But anyway, the next one, si
hindi ko
Darmin,
matandaan.
is from Belgium. Darmin, yes, sabi niya, good evening all. Ayan. Okay. So, right. Eto, may tanong si Edgar, no? Sabi niya, tanong, kasama po ba ang veterinary doctors? Medicine, medical sa shortlist? Ang alam ko, doctors yata, kasama ba? Ang mga doktor?
Yeah, doctors are actually, ang ginawa ko, and to be frank, I completely, I'm pretty sure, I think vets are also. I put on my laptop a full list of the occupations along with the shortage occupations, but in my excitement, nakalimutan ko yung laptop
Okay
ko.
lang.
So,
Okay lang. I can flash it. I can flash it right now. I can show it if you want. I can show it.
Yeah.
I can show it. If you want to know, Edgar, I can show you the different skill. Kasi, okay, ito yung nadagdag
see.
muna ngayon. So, there was a shortage list initially. And the thing that Attorney Lira has been, telling us and explaining to us is actually the addition on top of the shortage list that came out, I don't know, January ba? Or February? January? So, something like that. So, ito, ilalabas ko lang. Ito. So, ayan. It starts with, ito na. Rule changes to make it easier to recruit health and care staff. Okay? Ayan. So ngayon, ayan, March 4 yan, bagong-bago, published the 4th of March. Foreign workers and key health and care roles will have a greater opportunity to come to the UK following announces to the immigration rules. Ito, pharmacists, laboratory technicians, senior care workers, and nursing assistants are among the roles that have been added. Ito ba, attorney, kasama yan, health services and public health managers and directors, kasama rin ba yan?
Yeah.
Residential and day
No.
and domiciliary care managers and health professionals not elsewhere classified, such as audiologists and dental hygiene therapists, have also been added to the shortest list. As have modern foreign language teachers. Ito na yung occupational list na lumabas last, I think, January. Published February 25, updated January 2021,
that's the
January
old one.
29. So ito na yun. Ayan.
Yeah, but
Chemical scientists.
Yung dinagdag nga doon, it's they won't be on this list yet because they're going to be added nga on
To
the
be added, yes.
6th of April. Now,
But this
I
is the
have a
existing
feeling,
one, right?
and,
Pero this
yeah.
is the existing
So,
one, attorney, di ba? Ito
yeah,
ang
this is the existing one.
And these are just
So, I'm just
additionals,
looking
di ba?
to see.
Yung bago.
Yeah. So yung additionals nga lang, but I think vets are actually already in the shortage occupation list.
Tignan natin,
But
ano yung
I'm
mga
just
vets?
looking to see occupation list.
Musicians, dancers, orchestra, arts officers, marami yan. Ito. Chefs are included. Tapos table 2 shortage
No,
occupation.
wala na sila. Chefs
sila.
have been taken out of the short. Yeah.
Wala na.
So,
okay.
yeah, wala na
Paramedics,
sila,
social workers,
unfortunately.
all jobs. Pwede yan. Primary and nursery education teaching professionals. Sa Gaelic lang yan, only in Gaelic. And then secondary educational teaching professionals, we have a Filipino. Ngayon, I am doing the Brief 9. We are part, Pinoy Radio UK, attorney, is part of the government's COVID-19 campaign. So kasama tayo ron. Now, we have briefs every now and then, no? Every month or every 3 weeks. Our current brief is Brief 9, schools. Because secondary and schools and colleges are going back to school now, di ba? March 8 yata.
Yep.
And so they were looking for a community voice. For every brief, for every campaign, there would be a community voice. So last Brief 8, we had Dr. Elda Obina. She's a doctor, no? Ano ba yung sa bata? Ano yung sa mga bata?
Pediatrician.
Pediatrician. Yeah. She's a pediatrician. So, it was about the vaccine confidence, and she was our what do you call this? Our community voice, no? Para sa EU transition, when we were leaving the transition, we had a businesswoman, si Romulo, Rowena Romulo ng Romulo Cafe, because they have some employees who are Europeans, and they also get their supplies of wines and some produce, mga vegetables from the EU. So anyway, itong huli natin ngayon, schools, so nag-post ako sa Facebook, sabi ko, meron ba dyan, do you know of any of the following? So, teachers, not teaching assistants, tapos head of years, school governors, parents can also be. Merong lumabas, ang dami palang mga teachers natin. Meron tayong teacher sa Nottingham College, na teacher siya ng science. So, ayan, kasi nabasa ko lang to secondary teaching professionals na sinasabi rito, na only teachers in maths, physics, science, no? Computer science and Mandarin. So, ibig sabihin, hindi porke teacher ka, hindi priority yun. Ang priority yung mga maths, mga science, diba? Physics teachers. Kaya yun, maganda, no? Opportunity yan.
Yeah.
Okay. Attorney, tuloy ko lang yung mga pagbasa lang ng mga greetings at napakarami. We have so many actually right now. So, sandali, saan na ba to? Ito, si Jane. Okay, so yun ang question mo, Edgar. Walang no? O hindi kasama na raw, sabi ni attorney. Jane Cantos says, good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sunny. God bless you all. I said, God bless you too, no? Uy, our very good friend, Kamar. Kamar. Ito yung founding partner ng Deo Volente Solicitors. Yung
hello.
Yung boss ni Dana Quinto of Deo Volente Solicitors, DV Solicitors. Kamar, good evening, ha? And he's watching.
I love the picture.
Oh, yeah, well, this guy, you would marvel at his life story, attorney. Self-made to, from an orphan to a successful businessman, lawyer here in the UK, So we salute the guy, And he always, he puts out positive vibes, positive messages, positive quotes, motivational quotes on his Facebook page. So tama yan when you start the day with positive thoughts, whatever you put in your mind, diba, it will come out there. If you put in garbage din lalabas. But if you put in positive, positive vibes in your mind, it will come out, positive then.
Absolutely. So, tama ka.
Mabuhay, Kamar, mabuhay, Kamar. Long live. That means long live, Kamar, Okay, ano to? May question ba rito? Ano sabi niya? Attorney, ano yung question niya? Posible ba kung may NVQ 3 level 3 health and social care with certificate, but sad to say, overstayer na po. Okay. Experience sa care homes. Thank you po. Ayan, may mga ganyan.
Yeah.
Ngayon, kumbaga parang the cart before the horse yan. Parang ganun, di ba? Ngayon,
tama.
Demand, but they overstayed. Sige. Attorney, ano ang sagot?
Yeah, that's actually an excellent question, no? Dahil meron tayong mga kababayan, nandito na sila, may trabaho na sila, they have bags of experience. Ang problema nga lang, wala silang status, no?
Okay.
It's so the question, and I think it's a very, very good one nga, is kung dito nga kayo, tapos meron kayong, you have the experience, you have nga the qualifications, say sabihin natin galing sa atin din, can you apply under the skilled worker route, say as a senior care worker, or indeed, nursing assistant, nursing auxiliaries, in country, so effectively to use the points-based system, the skilled worker route nga, to regularize your stay in the UK. Now, there's a problem with that, and that this actually it was part of the December 2020 statement of changes, and part of that said, and I can actually read it. It's part 9.31 if you care to look at it under the skilled worker route, and this is a quote now from that section. So an application for entry, permission to enter, or permission to stay must be refused where the applicant's presence in the UK is not conducive to public good because of their conduct, character, associations, or other reasons. No? Now, that's quite general and very, very wide, but I would imagine that that will also include kung overstayers kayo. No? Oops, sorry. The problem with live TV is things happen, and my earpiece is just falling out. Sorry. Okay, so hopefully it stays in now. Narinig niyo ako?
Okay, this is a very important. Ako muna pala, biglang nawala din ang mic ko. Ito napaka-importanting question to dahil a lot of Pinoys arrived here as students, di ba? Nag-students sila, they were taking their health and social care, yung mga NVQ level 3, kung ano-ano mga levels yan. And for them to stay on pa, they would take on the next level of the course, no? During that time. Pero ito, tapos nag-overstay but they were employed na in mga nursing homes at marami na experiences, no? Okay na kaya? Check natin kung maganda na signal ni attorney.
Yeah.
Okay ka na, attorney?
Yeah. So, it's fine. Yung nga lang earpiece ko na nahulog eh. So,
Sige, okay
now,
na.
ito. So, this is actually quite a wide, it's quite a wide and general statement nga. Now, dahil bagong-bago nga ito, it's difficult at the moment to say, does this mean kung wala ka ng status dito, but you have all the qualifications and you have indeed the experience nga, would it be refused because overstayer ka na nga? I would guess that they will probably refuse you, no? Because they also would not want for the points-based system, skilled worker route, to be kind of a back route to regularizing someone staying in the United Kingdom. But at the moment, because this is so new, no one to my knowledge has made an application under the skilled worker route who does not have leave to remain. Now, interestingly, I mean, it's also taking that one step further. Sabihin natin nandito kayo. Tapos, you can't make an application in country. If you accept that, uwi ka sa atin, no? Can you then make an application? Say nasa Pinas ka na and you went back voluntarily, no? You overstayed nga in the UK, you have the qualifications, you would satisfy nga the 70 points, sabihin natin, and you want to come back into the United Kingdom with an immigration background. Now, would you then actually be able to get a visa as under the skilled worker route, no? Despite nga the background? If they were to apply this strictly, the answer again is probably not. But as I say, it's so wide that sabi dito, no, must be refused. So it's not a question of may be refused, it must be refused, where the applicant's presence in the UK is not conducive to public good because of conduct, character, associations. But if you're going to be a senior care worker, no, or a nursing assistant nga, and you have not committed any offenses in the United Kingdom, can it be argued that actually your presence in the UK is conducive to public good? No? So it would be good for the UK for you to come back, to be allowed to come back in. No? Now, against that also, of course, there are also the issue of if you overstayed, would you be banned for 12 months? No, would you be banned for 5 years if they had to pay for your ticket to go back? So those things are also factors to take into account. But as I've said, this is new stuff. So I would be extremely interested to know how to find out how the Home Office will apply part 9.31 of the skilled worker route, whether they would actually stop someone from coming into the UK despite the qualifications, despite the clear satisfaction or potential satisfaction of the 70 points. So there's no immediate answer to it. But it's a very, very interesting and important question. So thank you for asking.
And a very big risk, attorney, di ba? Because you are risking, it's like having a test case, you know, di ba? You have to go back home, test it, and argue on the saying that it was for the good, di ba? Because it was not for the public good. Was that how you phrased it? Public good that
Yeah.
you overstayed, di ba? Or committed a
Yeah.
crime or whatever it is, no? But that overstaying is actually already di ba? Parang you broke the law in a way, di ba?
Yeah.
So would
Yeah,
that
meron kang
because of
background.
okay. So ngayon, so mahirap. Can you advise them to go back home? Because sayang tong opportunity na to eh. It's the other way around. They're already here. Sana magkaroon ng, I don't know, sana may consideration na dito na si mag-apply. They've already amassed or, you know, di ba, gained a lot of experience already. Kulang lang nila yung, yun nga, yung breaking the, yung overstaying, di ba? Yun ang problema ron, no? So tricky, yeah?
Yeah.
Tricky
No,
and
it's-
risky. Right?
Yeah, tama ka, no? It's both. In fact, I would say the government should consider, putting separately from this is I do think that the government should consider a concession. I mean, people ask about amnesty, are hoping for amnesty. I can't see the government will introduce some kind of amnesty, which is patawad nga sa lahat, no? But I do think that there's certainly an argument to be made for, say, a limited concession, given the need in the UK for certain skill sets. It's clear. Kung nandito na yung mga tao, meron na silang experience, meron silang qualification, they're already living in the UK, know the culture, why not see if you can make use of the pool of people you already have in the United Kingdom, rather than having to seek, say, skill sets from abroad. So I do think there is an argument to be made for even a limited concession. Nga, if you satisfy, maybe jobs that are needed, let's say to do with the medical field, but we'll see. It's at the moment, immigration is a very exciting area of law, daming nangyayari, and of course we've just had Brexit. We'll see what happens probably this year, kung they may well introduce something. I think it's probably the best time to do it.
But attorney, you wouldn't advise them to apply in country?
It's a question actually that I've been asked many times since actually last year. And my
Delikado.
answer is at the moment I would, kung kliyente ko sila and hindi pa nga it's not that they're not really ready yet. Well, can put it this way. Kung ang sitwasyon ng tao either will they apply now o uuwi na nga lang sila, so they feel that they have nothing to lose, have a go, because the worst that can happen is, of course, your application then is refused. Kung ang plano mo naman uuwi ka na, that's where you would wish to stay, you accept the fact that it could be na hindi na makabalik dito, then there's nothing to lose. You should certainly see about making an application. But if you're not in that position nga, then it is a risk, and it's difficult at the moment, given I think case law will happen. It will certainly be. I think there will be an application and then a refusal potentially, and it will be tried.
Mukhang mahirap attorney. Mukhang talagang it's not really that definite. Hindi 100% guaranteed. It's really nasa balance. There's a risk. Parang ganun. But yeah, I know. Sabi mo, marami nagtatanong yan. So, marami pa rin magtatanong yan. But just the same, sige, I think sinagot mo na muna yan. May risk, it's risky. If you have nothing to risk anymore and you're really planning on going home and apply, fine. Pero kung talagang, baka may kinikita ka pa rito, nagpapadala ka magdadalawang isip magdadalawa o tatlo o dalawang 5 beses, 10 beses ka mag-iisip kung i-risk ko ba to, uuwi ba ako
Tama.
para mag-reapply, no? Problema 'yan, no? So okay, ayan. So thank you. Sino ba nagtanong? Si Angeles Abad ba yan?
Angeles Abad. Yeah,
Angeles Abad.
great
Okay.
question.
Oo, Press Jokino. Press Jokino. Press Jokino has a question. Attorney, good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sunny. Asking for a friend who is an overstayer. She was she was a senior healthcare assistant in NHS before and now an overstayer for years. 5 years na yata. I think, sabi niya. Can she be able to apply on the basis of her skills? Her previous employer offered her for a help for COS.
Okay. So, unang-una po ito, yung employer niya, no, the previous employer, may lisensya ba? No? So, kung meron nga lisensya, then you can take the next step. That is, is it something that is that's doable? Now, it goes back really to the previous question. Kung overstayer na nga siya dito, at the moment, no, the way I would read this section, which is what the Home Office says nga, Part 9.31 of the Skilled Worker Route, sabi dito, an application for entry clearance, permission to enter or permission to stay must be refused where the applicant's presence in the UK is not conducive to public good because of their conduct, character, associations, or other reasons. So, conduct can arguably be yung overstayer, no? But that's what we were just saying nga, no? Kung yung kaibigan mo, she's very qualified, she has an employer who clearly is in need, who has may lisensya nga, she will not be a burden to the UK in the way of public funds. So, would the Home Office still consider her as not being conducive to public good? No, because nag-overstay nga siya. Difficult to say. I mean, it's I think at the moment, no, they will probably say her conduct by overstaying will result to a refusal. But it's not been tried nor tested. Ito. So, but I'm sure it will be tried and tested. So, sabihin mo sa kaibigan mo, maybe hold fire for the moment, okay? And let's just see first, maybe some brave soul will have a go. Maybe some of my clients would have a go. Tingnan natin.
Okay, well, ayan, at least, no, yan ang sagot, no, sa'yo. When you say yung COS, you mentioned about there is a website, a site where they can go. You mentioned about more than 3,000 licensed, how do you call it? Licensed employers?
Sponsors.
Accredited sponsors? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Diba sabi mo,
So,
more
if you
than
go
3,000 yata yan, no? Saan ba yung makikita yan? Where can they find it?
Sa Home Office website po. So, just Google, no? Home Office or UKBA sponsor list, no?
Okay.
And then you will see a very, very long table, no? And I think it's the sponsors are something like 3,000 plus. So nandun, but it's updated regularly. So
Okay.
makikita nyo doon kung meron siyang lisensya o wala.
Ang employer na yan, lahat yan, no? Not necessarily just mga medical fields, no? Any kind of, no? Mga professions na hinahanap, no? Oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
alright. They have
any.
so, an employer has to register dyan sa, to be able to, for accreditation, no? As a sponsoring
Yes. So yeah,
business
there's
or office.
yeah there's a fee to be paid. There are admin tasks to be adhered to, no, mga requirements nga, and they're quite strict, the Home Office, no. They will check that you're actually a proper business, that you have proper paperwork, that you're conducting your business in a manner that they would be happy with, that you're keeping good records, and the fee differs according to how big the employer is. But it is certainly the case if you're looking to recruit from abroad, kailangan yung lisensya. Kailangan ng employer ng
Okay.
lisensya. You can't do it without.
Pero maganda, this is the best times, no? Because now, with us out of the Brexit, I'm sure the government is encouraging us to, well, exports and economic activities, no? So I'm sure very encouraging yan, both in and out. Okay. Lorraine Cantos, bumabati sa atin si Lorraine Cantos. She says, hello, ano yan? Ano ba sabi niya? Hello po once again, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sunny. Hindi siya nakontento
Hi, Miss
maghilo uli.
Cantos.
No? Meron palang taong ganyan. Gusto pa rin maghilo uli. No? Which is good. Okay lang yan. So, ano,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Virginia tells us that she's from Essex because we were asking earlier. So that only shows that she's really watching. Guys, by the way, please, no, if you're watching us, please share the program so that everybody would, know of our station, the information that we're giving out to you guys. No, these are very, very important. No, it could be helpful.
Absolutely.
Sa inyo. Diba? So not only
Yeah.
this program, Immigration Corner, of course, yung program natin, Legal Advice Corner with Attorney Dana Quinto, no? So lahat ho ng programs dito, no? Para sa ganun, no, i-share ho ninyo so that a lot of people would know. And a lot of people, we will have a bigger family, diba? Malaki ang family, and we will have more people welcoming us in their homes, no? So,
Yeah.
please lang, no? Diba?
Look, at saka, just by following on nga from that, so unang-una po, it's so easy to go on the YouTube. Even I can do it. And I actually today, I became a subscriber. No, I should have done it a long time ago.
Really?
But because
Ng
so I'm
Filipino
now a
TV,
subscriber.
Filipino TV Europe?
Filipino TV, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Okay,
so I
good, good.
subscribe nga today. So please subscribe.
Yes,
No?
oo.
And also, yun nga, pasa nyo din. And I would like, I would like very much to have a lot of views, no? Dahil nga, I think it seems, tinignan ko kanina, and you get the number of views. I'm not a YouTube expert, but I would like to have more views than what I have now. So help me by please yung nga, watch it, tapos subscribe and pasa nyo.
Share
Because,
it, Jen. We're kind of new to our new home. This is a new home of ours.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
Yeah.
thank you. At later on, siguro i-reveal natin how many subscribers we have already on the channel. So, okay. Ito, we were talking of yun nga, i-share nila because this program is helpful to you guys, di ba? And here is Bernadette Bisdi, and she says, hi, Attorney Lira and Sunny Laragan. A great info, so informative show. Thank you so much, Bernadette Bisdi from Twickenham. Ayun.
Oh,
Thank you,
right.
Bernadette. Oo.
Kapitbahay ko. Kaya kapitbahay namin. So, because I'm
Twickenham,
Richmond.
yan. Bernadette, mabuhay, ha? Mabuhay. Ayan. Napaka husay nito. But coming from her, ito, accomplished businesswoman to. Maraming properties to. She's got a portfolio of properties, no? So mabuhay,
Wow.
coming from her, and saying that, it's actually a compliment, no? Thank you.
Oh, salamat.
Bernadette, no? Okay. Celeste, Celeste May Abrio. She says, good evening po, Attorney and Kuya Sunny. Quick question po. I'm a British citizen. Okay. Ano to? I'm planning to bring my 2 kids here. Ano to? Nagbabayad
Yeah.
pa po. Magbabayad pa po ba ako ng IHS? Tama ba yan? As part
No,
of the
it's a quick,
application?
yeah.
Thank you po.
So,
Ano to? Thank you po from North London. Yan, North London. Yan.
okay. So, Celeste, the quick answer is, kung papasok sila dito as for settlement nga, no? So, hindi kasama nung ama, no? They're just coming to join you and you're already British. Then, you're applying for settlement. So, hindi nila kailangang magbayad ng IHS. The IHS is only payable for where if it's limited leave. Pero kung kasama nila yung ama, dahil yung ama, makukuha nga lang niya 30 months, 2.5 years nga dito, kailangan lang magbayad ng IHS. So that's the main difference.
Okay, Attorney, I think we'll have to make it quick ngayon dahil napakarami nating mga siguro gusto mag-questions. Ano tawag dito? Okay, sige, may mga pagbati pa rito. Okay, si Felix Calona, pahingi po ng link ng home office related sa topic nyo. immigration rules lang siguro. Google mo lang changes to the ano ba yan? Asa na ba? Changes to the immigration rules, no? Pwede na yan, bago.
Or email me and I'll send you the link.
Email. Ito, si attorney. Ito, email nyo si attorney. Ayan. Ayan, napakadali. Email kabatbat@douglas, double S, douglas-simon.com. Ayan. So, dyan niya si email, kabatbat. We will also be sending, ito, kaya tayo nakakakuha ng mga questions. Meron tayong, email address na pwedeng, ma-sendan nyo, no? Okay. So, okay, Edgar Duway, quick lang, pakilinaw po yung B1 test and how does it compare or how do you compare it to IELTS? It's IELTS itself, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's
IELTS yan.
it's just So it's just what it's called, no? It's just the yung level, no? So So it's no, Edgar, kung gusto mo, there's actually a bit more of write up with that. So if you email me tomorrow, ang gagawin ko, I'll also send you the link because that gives a little bit more info about the B1.
Ayan. So, kabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Okay. Sabi ni Jane po ang pangalan niya. Itong si mahaba, yung kaninang Angeles Abad, no? Jane, I'm sorry. Hindi pala nakalabas, no? Jane daw ang pangalan niya. Jane, no? Parang si Tarzan, no? And si Jane. Ayan. Jane, okay.
Okay, Jane.
Nagpapasalamat siya. Thank you po. So, in-explain mo kanina. Lorraine Cantos says, attorney, ano yun?
So sabi, Larissa, kung uuwi din papasok po ang nursing in the Philippines, posible ba po bang makabalik dito? Again, it's it's a good question, no, Ms. Cantos. Yung kung wala na nga siyang visa, pero so sabihin natin qualified na siya.
Kamukha ito nung kanina, di ba?
Yung nga po. Yeah, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, kung overstayer na siya dito, meron siyang experience, pero she would satisfy the 70 points. It really it comes down to the issue of, is she going to be regarded as not conducive to public good because of the conduct, no? So there's no definitive answer, unfortunately, yet. But there will be, I'm sure. I can't imagine that this point will not be litigated.
Attorney, is it possible? Is it possible for this situation? Is there anybody we could ask from the Home Office? Kung sakasakali, like for example, pwede ba? Is it possible? Like, I call up somebody from the Home Office. Can we have a reaction from you? Hey, here's the situation. You've opened up senior care workers where once before or previously it wasn't on the shortest occupations list, but now you've got a lot of these people who are here, although they are overstaying. But can really fill the gap straight away. You don't need to spend money anymore on wala na di ba? Wala nang fares, wala nang ano. Andito na. The fares yata are covered by the employer, di ba? Yung fares nila coming over. Binabayaran ng employer, ng prospective employer yan, di ba?
Hindi lagi. It depends really.
Okay.
Yeah, hindi lagi. So it depends really very much on the income, what the terms of the employment are. But I can tell you this, no? Kung tanungin natin yung Home Office, I will bet you they will say that they will refer you to the relevant quote nga, and then they will say, of course, we will have to look at cases on we will have to look at applications on case by case basis, which really not really answering. So I suspect there will be a number of things nga, no? How needed is that skill set? What are we? I mean, how bad, if you like, is the immigration background? Are we looking at overstayer? How many years, maybe? So it's quite a lot of things will probably come into it. But I don't think they're going to commit themselves.
Hindi ba pwedeng tanungin sila, attorney? Tapos, wala bang sasagot? You don't think now somebody would answer this query? For example, hey, guys, you're having this, opening up this shortage, adding this, say, for example, senior care worker and others. They are here now, Hindi kaya pwedeng para sakaling kung maganda ang sagot in a form of a letter or a statement, then we could use that. Oh, sige guys, everybody who are overstaying, let's now go because, we have proof. Oh. Hindi pa pwede. Would that be possible?
Yeah, there's absolutely no harm in asking. In fact,
pwede. Oo.
because nga of these changes, I will be asking the question. I'm not holding out much hope, in getting a definitive answer. But there's absolutely no harm in asking the question. And we can go a step further. Dahil nga, if the answer is either non-committal or direct no, kung overstayer ka, hindi ka pwedeng magpasok, you're then disqualified from making an application in the country or indeed from outside the country. I do think that there's some mileage, great mileage in lobbying, campaigning, the government to actually allow people who have the skill set, kung uuwi nga sila, to be able to come back in to have definitive
But that's going to be a long
information.
process, attorney. That could
Yun na nga.
take a while. Baka mamaya panibago na naman. Baka wala na siya sa shortest list. Di ba? Oh, okay. Anyway, sige, bilisan lang natin. No? Ito si Bernadette Bisdi. Okay. Sabi niya, it's best to, ano ba to? It is best to have your own immigration lawyer or barrister to represent you in, as this might help your immigration issue. Better to do it here in the UK. Just make sure you have plenty of money. Plenty of money. Once you overstay, even for one day, it's going to be an issue and will be recorded. It will take a few years to come back. From our own experience. Oh, thanks a lot. Ayun. So, yun, danger nun. You want to do it from outside because, it's open now. But the danger there is because you've got a record, nasa record na, nag-overstay ka, it might go against you. And it might make it difficult for you to apply or even be an outright refusal, or denial, of your visa.
Any kind of background is not a good thing. And certainly, I would never, thank you for saying, Bernadette, I would never argue against employing an immigration lawyer in the United Kingdom. But I mean, what is, I think, important is take advice. Dahil kung ang balak nyo nga, uuwi kayo, mag-apply kayo galing sa Pinas to come back into the UK, before you take such a huge step, or indeed applying in the UK, take advice, and then you can then see the best way forward, because it could be na yung sitwasyon nyo, it's not really, there may be a better route other than the skilled worker route.
May isang question dito, attorney. Actually, this is another question, immigration question natin. Mabilis siguro if you can answer it this quickly, in the quickest possible way, subukan lang natin. Ito, si Miss Capricorn, because nakakahiyang isabihin yung kanyang so nag-message sa atin. Same-sex marriage is allowed here in the UK. I have a cousin whom I'd like to help come over to the UK. I'd like to marry her, although it is not because we have a romantic relationship. It's just that I'd like to help her make the best use of her talents. Is this a possible route for her to come to the UK as my fiancé or spouse? Please advise, Miss Capricorn. Tama ba yan? Yung mga same-sex marriage?
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, of course, you can come to the UK on same on basis of your same-sex relationship, So and of course you can also come marry in the UK, But don't do it po, It's kung hindi tama, wag niyong gagawin, because that just opens you to all sorts of horrible things. Never mind, there's the possible refusal anyway, but also nga, it's an offense, Kung, so don't do it. My advice is never ever make false representations. It's just do not do it. You get yourself into trouble.
Okay. Hindi, kasi yan, mukhang pwede yata, di ba, feeling lang, pinsan ko, okay lang,
Huwag niyong gawin.
Because same-sex marriage, para lang makarating, So don't do it, according to, hindi, yung Nike, do it. Pero ito, don't do it,
Don't do it.
Okay, ito, mabilis lang. Simon Arada, good evening po. Ask ko lang po regarding a friend about the 20 years concession. How can she prove her 20 years stay if she could not see my any arrival stamp sa passport niya nang dumating siya dito 20 years ago? Thanks. Bakit walang arrival stamp? Dapat may arrival
Well,
stamp
I
yun, di ba?
mean, yeah, it sometimes happen. O kaya wala na yung passport, no? So you have
Okay.
to be also they
Proving.
want formal documents, but sometimes you just have to be creative. Dahil
Ay.
maraming mga tao nandito na sila matagal, but they don't have papers. So hindi sila makakuha nga ng bank account, for example, no? So sometimes you just have to be very creative. So statements are good. So kung meron ka mga kaibigan o kaya makamag-anak nga dito, photographs are also quite helpful, no? Especially kung may mga bata nga, makikita nilang tumatanda yung bata, especially kung hindi naman nagbabago yung kaibigan mo. It can be bank account, kung meron sa bank account, doctor, so anything and everything really to show that there's 20 years. And as a tip nga, no, what I find very helpful when I'm preparing those types of cases is get a folder, no? Put it in date order. And then makikita nyo, okay, meron pa bang kulang? Am I missing documents for 1 year, for example? And see if you can find something else additionally. But as I say, kamag-anak, remittance slips, for example, kung nandito ka, nagpapadala ka sa atin, clearly you were in the United Kingdom. It's a question really putting documents together. And friends, family, for example, in the UK, who can attest to the fact na nandito ka for the last 20 years, dahil nakikita kayo week on week, that would also be very helpful. So be creative.
Okay, ayan, sige. At saka manood lang kayo na manood dito. Kung mas kapabalik-balik yung tanong nyo, okay lang ho yun. Because there will always be new viewers, di ba? You might ask that for you, you've probably asked it before, but we always have new viewers and then that would be
Absolutely.
something new to them, di ba? So okay lang. And naman, ang immigration naman paulit-ulit naman ang mga questions niyan, no? Okay lang yan. Okay, meron ditong tanong, si Felix, ako, because of the good news, I share it most of my friends who I believe are interested to the topics. It's very big help to Filipinos, sabi niya, itong
Oo.
show natin. Thank you very much, ha?
Salamat
Mabuhay
po.
ka, no? Si Irene Duay says, thank you, Attorney Lira. It's so helpful, yung topic tonight. Salamat po sa update and more power po sa inyo. Thank you. Ito, matutuwa ka rito, Attorney. Baka you have any political plans, no? Sabi ni Felix sa Kalona, okay, thanks a lot, Attorney. Tapos sabi niya, I'm sure, Attorney, uulanin ka ng email from the Philippines, sabi niya. And then, looking forward, sooner, pwede ka to run as senator in the Philippines. Yay! Yay pa siya.
Hey, I have one vote already. Yeah,
Yes,
diba?
of course. Oh, of course. Hindi, kaso nandito tayo. Nandito siya. Uwi ka. Kailangan umuwi ka na rin, Felix, no? Pero I guess, yun, we have some more, pero pasensya na kayo, overtime na ho tayo. It's 6 minutes after 10 na ho ngayon. And this is, siguro, sa sarap ng discussion, sa ganda ng mga questions, at sa ganda na rin ng diniscuss mong topic, Attorney, kaya it's been a very, kumbaga, solidly fruitful night that we had, no? Kompleto, kompletos tayo. Well, okay, Attorney, siguro magpapaalam na tayo. It's we talagang tayo, marathon.
Overtime.
Overtime.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Nag-overtime tayo.
Yes, so okay lang. We enjoyed. Everybody enjoyed. Wala namang when you enjoy, time flies quickly, di ba? Pag wala kang ayan, di ba? Oh, ito. Ano ba to? Oh, goody. Teka muna. Ganito ho gawin natin. Agaan nyo ang pagpasok ko ng tanong. But, Attorney, pwede ka bang, I don't know, one last pa lang to, siguro, no? Sige,
Yeah, of course,
sabi ko nga,
of
marami pa, pero sige, ito lang. One last na lang to. Ayan, galing kay, na pangalan nito? Galing kay Sonia Padilla Williams. Good evening po. In my case, I'm a spouse visa. It will be 5 years in 2023. Will it affect my application for indefinite if I stayed 1 year in the Philippines?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
yes, absolutely. So there are quite strict requirements also of not being away from the United Kingdom. And I think from memory, it's something like 6 months in the last 12 months if you're looking at the spouse visa. But I can't be absolutely certain now. So Miss Williams, gawin mo to. Email me tomorrow, okay? Because actually I was looking at this actual question nga for a client of mine only last week, but for the life of me, I can't remember now. So if you email me, I will email you with the actual answer, so
Ayan.
you know exactly.
Ayan, tsaka pag balikan nyo lang, kunyari, bigla nyo na-miss dahil may switching kasi ng mga video. You can just go back sa show and look for the email address. No? Nandiyan naman. Okay, ano to, attorney? Ito, sabi ganun, buti, ito, mabait ito si Ohayahimle Marianel, si Marianel, no? Sabi niya, we'll continue, siguro, sabi niya tomorrow, next week na, ibig sabihin, magpahinga naman daw muna si attorney at saka tayo. We wanted to go on forever. Pero maganda, it only shows that everybody is quite interested with the show natin, no? So lahat ng programs dito, i-share ho ninyo. Immigration Corner, the Legal Advice Corner. Ito ho ay public service na ginagawa namin. We're doing this for you guys, no? At we've been doing this for kailan 1 year natin, attorney? Ikaw? Kailan ng 1 year?
It could even be this week, no?
This
Today
week?
could be March.
Okay.
Nag-umpisa tayo March, di ba?
Yes. So yeah, i-check ho natin, no? I-check natin yan. So I guess, sige, attorney, baka meron mga pahabol pa o anything, baka meron ka pang mensahe. And of course, how do they get in touch with you? Paano ba? So yeah, go.
So, sorry we couldn't deal with all the questions po, no? I know it's a big topic and it's an interesting topic. It's a wonderful topic. So, kung meron kayong mga questions nga, and we have not dealt with it, or if you asked the question but I've not fully dealt with it nga, email me please. So, email ko po, yan, kabatbat@douglas-simon.com, no? My office phone number's there, but it's unlikely, frankly, that I'll answer the calls. So it's better to just email me nga the question, and lagay nyo please yung telephone number nyo, because some questions can be dealt with more easily by just me talking. So kung lagay yung telephone number nyo, I'll call you back. And for those people na sabi ko, I'll send you the link, email me. Lagay nyo nga lang please sa subject, huwag nyo kalimutan, Immigration Corner. Just in case buksan ko, tapos sarado ko, hindi ko na makikita, no? So if you put the Immigration Corner, then I can always search for it and I can find it, no? So email me kung meron kayong mga questions o meron kayong mga kamag-anak, mga kaibigan, they're interested nga, share, no, this link, and hopefully it's of help. Pero kung meron nga kayong question, email me please. I'm more than happy to help. And as usual, I'm so very grateful for continuing to join us, to watch us. It's truly humbling, and today absolutely happy Thursday, because it's wonderful topics, and we have had great company. Salamat po.
So excited. No? We were so excited na itong topic natin yan because this is good news. And indeed, it's good news. And, we overstayed with our program. Okay. So, ayan, maraming salamat. No? I-flash ko lang itong mga last na mga nag-message messages para mabilis lang. No? Para at least, minsan nagpapaalam sila saying thank you. At least mabasa natin ngayon. Susan Batumbakal, no? Ayan, sabi niya, Francisco Batumbakal, thank you po for tonight's topic. Very helpful po sa aming lahat. Sabi niya. Sonia Padilla Williams says, thank you very much, attorney. Okay. And then Lorraine Cantos says, good night po and thank you so much. Si Pres Duquino says, more power to your show, attorney. And Sir Sunny, thank you. And of course, Felix Escalona says, good night to both of you. Keep safe. See you next Thursday. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat ho, no? Sana'y nag-enjoy kayo doon sa ating, well, hindi lang nag-enjoy talaga dahil sobra-sobra, no? Overtime tayo. Naging marathon tayo, but we're really thankful, no? Because of you being there and being with us. It's like a musician, di ba? If you perform and you have a very receptive crowd, you get inspired. You sing more, parang you sing a lot better, no? But so we want to thank you maraming salamat ho. Ito, we love you by, meron pang pahabol dito, Irene Duway, we love you, attorney. No? Meron ka ng love company, no? O company, ayan. And then si Edgar Duway says, palakpakan para kay attorney. Ayan. So, thank you.
Oh, salamat po.
So, okay. Maraming salamat ho, no? So, kita-kita hula tayo. Thank you, thank you for welcoming us in your homes, no? Dito ho sa aming programa, dito sa ating station, yung Filipino TV Europe. Thank you at sana'y tuloy-tuloy ho itong ating mga ginagawa at makapagbuo pa kami ng mga additional programs para ho kapakinabangan ho ninyo for the benefit of our kababayans dito sa United Kingdom. At pwede rin makinig rin ng ating mga kababayan sa iba't ibang bahagi naman ng Europe at sa ibang bansa, sa Pilipinas or elsewhere. No? Welcome ho, tuloy kayo sa ating tahanan. So let's do it again. Let's do another Happy Thursday. Next Thursday, ayan, abangan natin kaya kung ano na naman ang magiging topic ni attorney for next week, and then hope it's like similarly like tonight. But yeah, we're looking forward. So you guys, sleep tight, take care, keep safe and healthy, and God bless. Thank you very much. Good night. Cheers. Bye-bye.